Countrywide Connect with Andy Thompson and Sarah Perriam-Lamp.
Nathan Guy has stepped in. Charles will be with us in half an hour. He just had to take an urgent phone call. Nathan, thank you very much. Been great to be able to have you on the show. You've just been a part of a panel. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Afternoon. You're both looking so well. Welcome to Wellington. A little bit chilly.
It is chilly. Yeah, is it normally like this here?
You can get 4 seasons here in one day.
You can.
We've just had a great session talking about global trade. Simon Tucker, Susan Kilsby and myself, Richard Green, chipping on the margins. And the world is an uncertain place, but we are winning in certain areas. So very proud of the primary sector and what we do, getting our products to market. And yes, there's challenges, but we've always had them.
What hat were you wearing?
I wear several.
MIA or Special Agricultural Trade Envoy? I'm
a father, I'm a farmer, and I have a couple of other roles. Both.
When you were speaking?
Yeah.
So both. So interesting. Like, obviously, trade is the way that New Zealand makes its way in the world. Lots of challenges. What are you seeing in your role as Special Agricultural Trade Envoy that is concerning you right
now? Well, there's several things that concern me. EUDR, which is the deforestation regulations, that's going to probably kick in at the end of the year.
What's the date back to that?
It's been delayed, and whether we get another delay, having been in Europe in May, it's unlikely we will. For your listeners, what does that mean? Well, I think they've really brought it in as a bit of a poke at Brazil with deforestation. We know here we don't deforest. Actually, we have afforestation. And in Wellington here, we've engaged in the red meat sector with a company called Prism, and they can use amazing technology. Zoom into your farm, Andy, on the West Coast and see that you aren't part of the problem. So whether we can flip that one into a positive, and potentially we can, and say we aren't part of it, but consumers may be interested in that opportunity.
Case, why is that a problem? Why are we concerned about it?
Because we were worried about the impact on hides. It was going to be a lot of bureaucracy. They've since wound that back. There's quite a bit of compliance. We've had to invest in technology to prove we aren't part of the problem. We were worried it was going to be a non-tariff barrier. Since we've invested in all this, we believe there's actually an opportunity here, and we may be able to take that story to market. That's one. In Europe, I worry about animal welfare labelling, which is going to kick off, and that's the southerly wind, folks, slamming the door, which is going to kick off in Germany for pork, and potentially that could roll out into other areas as well. We don't have so much of a problem to worry about. Our animal welfare standards are world leading, but once again, it could be another non-tariff barrier, so we're watching that one closely. That's just 2 examples for you.
On the animal welfare, it's about a misunderstanding of our production systems, say the deforestation. The animal welfare thing could be similar, right, in terms of animals being left outside in winter?
That's right. Well, yes, some could be concerned about that. Oh, those poor animals in a southerly look really cold. The reality is our farmers do a fantastic job of feeding their animals, having surplus feed on hand to get them through these colder winter months. Another one that worries me, Andy, is the sheep meat investigation in the US. The government with industry work well on forced labour. We know that we don't have any forced labour in our supply chains here in New Zealand. So we went and presented, put our best foot forward, but still had an increase in the tariff of 2.5% across the board. I hope that that doesn't happen with the sheep meat investigation. Their sheep farmers believe, some of them, that we are causing injury in terms of pricing. The reality is they've got 5 million sheep. They don't farm as efficiently as we do. We're counter-seasonal, we're grass-fed. They struggle to get the drenches that we have access to, so they have a parasite problem. Kate Acklin and I have been reflecting, is there an opportunity to establish a global lamb day with joint promotion from them? So that might be something that we're looking at expanding on that opportunity with.
Be a good idea.
I think that would make us go and broadcast from wherever on National Lamb Day rather than the beehive.
Yeah,
Nathan.
exactly.
That's a really good point, because in your wearing your hat as a special agricultural trade envoy, I heard Hamish Marr, your predecessor, speaking with his Australian colleague at the time around collaboration on lamb, because the industry globally is so small in comparison to other proteins. Is that conversation continuing under your reign?
Well, what's happening at the moment, we have the lamb company, which is set up in the US now, called Greenstone Meat. So some Australian product is going through that jointly with us. So there's an opportunity where we're holding hands with the Australians. There's other initiatives, as I talked about. One, Kate and I are just reflecting, we need to get through this investigation process. I hope that Sunlight provides some disinfectant on this issue. The other important aspect to reflect on is that sheep numbers across the world have declined. Beef and lamb numbers were out yesterday, down by 2.2%. Interestingly, beef numbers up a bit, which is significant and positive. So you overlay, what does that mean for sheep meat and consumers? Less supply, the demand is increasing. So I believe we can all win through this investigation. It's just a matter of making sure we put our best foot forward.
Yeah. Positives then. What do you think?
Oh, there's a heap of positives.
Yeah. So what are your main two that you've been presenting?
Indian free trade agreement.
India's significant, and I take my hat off to the coalition government, in particular Todd McClay and Prime Minister Luxon, for the great work they've done on India. UAE is already proving its worth. We look back on the gold-plated EU and UK FTAs. There have been significant increase in the red meat sector.
I saw the graph the other day. Just goes like that. It's phenomenal.
And that's been across the two big political parties over time. These free trade agreements don't just happen overnight. They take a lot of time, a lot of discussions, a lot of soft diplomacy, a lot of industry engagement. What's really positive is the National Party came out with their plan for the next free trade opportunities, 7 economies around the world, Bangladesh, Switzerland, some of the Nordic countries, some of the South American countries as well. So I think that's going to mean that MPI and MFAT has a real focus on hopefully a coalition government after November 7, that they can focus on, here's the roadmap for us, let's get on and support industry and government to deliver.
What about Africa?
Yes, yep. That's
Nigeria, Africa, isn't it?
I meant to mention Northern Africa. Yep, you're right, Andy. They are in the mix as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for joining us, Nathan Guy, Special Agricultural Trade Envoy.
Countrywide Connect with Andy Thompson and Sarah Perriam Lapp.